stop scrolling, because in the next few minutes, you're going to learn the exact skill that separates people who talk about starting a business from people who actually build one. Not motivation, not hustle, a plan. If you've ever had a business idea that excited you but then faded away, this video is going to change that. So before you do anything else, hit the like button so the algorithm shows this to more future entrepreneurs like you. And subscribe, because everything on this channel is about turning ideas into income. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Your business will not fail because you weren't smart enough. It will fail because you didn't think things through before you started. A business plan is not boring paperwork. It is your survival map. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to create one, even if you have no business background, no money, and no experience. Let's start with something important. A business plan is not a document for banks. It is a document for you. It forces you to answer the hard questions before real money is on the line. Most people skip this step. They jump straight into building logos, Instagram pages, or even renting shops. That's how people lose money fast. The plan is what turns chaos into clarity. So imagine this. You're about to go on a long road trip across the country. Would you just get in the car and drive randomly? Of course not. You'd want to know where you're going, how long it takes, and how much fuel you need. That's what a business plan does for your business. Now let's break it down in a simple way. The first part of your business plan is the big idea. This is where you clearly explain what your business is and who it is for, not in complicated words. In simple language a child could understand. For example, instead of saying, "I am launching a digital e-commerce solution for consumer goods," you say, "I sell affordable phone accessories to students and young workers." If you can't explain your business simply, you don't understand it yet. This part should answer 3 questions. What are you selling? Who are you selling it to? And what problem are you solving? Because people do not buy products, they buy solutions, they buy relief, they buy convenience, they buy better lives. If you say, "I sell skincare," that's weak. If you say, "I help young women clear acne and feel confident," now that's powerful. Next comes one of the most important sections of your business plan, the problem. Every great business is built on a painful problem, something people are frustrated about, something they complain about, something they would happily pay to make go away. You need to describe this problem in detail. Who has it? How often does it happen? Why is it annoying? Why does it matter? Let's say you want to start a food delivery service. The problem is not people are hungry. The problem is busy workers don't have time to cook or go out, and existing delivery options are slow and expensive. The more specific you are, the stronger your plan becomes. Now we move to the solution. This is where you explain how your business fixes that problem better than anyone else. What exactly do you do? How does your product or service work? Why is it better, faster, cheaper, or easier than the alternatives? And this is where many people make a mistake. They think they need to be totally unique. You don't. You just need to be useful. You don't need to invent a new phone. You can sell phone cases. You don't need to invent a new drink. You can sell coffee in a better location. What matters is that your solution fits the problem. Now here's something that separates dreamers from builders. Understanding your customer. You must describe your ideal customer like a real person. How old are they? What do they do? How much money do they make? What do they worry about? Because if you try to sell to everyone, you sell to no one. A business plan that says, "My customers are everyone," is a business plan that will fail. When you know your customer, you know how to talk to them, where to find them, and how to sell to them. Now let's talk about money, because this is where things become real. Your business plan must explain how your business will make money. What are people paying you for? How much do they pay? How often do they buy? For example, do you sell one product one time, or do you sell subscriptions? Or do you charge per service? You don't need perfect numbers. You need realistic estimates. If you plan to sell a product for $10, ask yourself, how many people can I realistically reach? If I reach 1,000 people, how many will buy? If 50 buy, that's $500. Is that enough to cover costs? This simple thinking can save you from starting a business that can never survive. Next is costs. This is where most people get surprised later. You must list everything that costs money: products, packaging, delivery, marketing, internet, software, rent, your time. Even small things add up. If it costs you $7 to make something you sell for $10, you only make $3. And from that $3, you still have to pay for ads, electricity, and growth. This is why many businesses feel busy, but stay broke. Your business plan shows you this before it's too late. Now let's talk about competition. You do not want a market with no competitors. That usually means there is no money there. But you also don't want to pretend competitors don't exist. In your plan, list businesses that already do something similar. What do they do well? Where do they fail? This is how you find your advantage. Maybe they are expensive. Maybe they are slow. Maybe they have bad customer service. Your business doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be better in one important way. Now comes marketing, one of the most powerful parts of your business plan. How will people find out about you? Instagram, TikTok, WhatsApp, word of mouth, physical flyers, Google. You don't need to be everywhere. You need to be where your customer is. If your customers are young, TikTok might be better than Facebook. If they are professionals, maybe LinkedIn. If they are local, maybe posters and referrals. Your plan should show how you will get attention and turn it into sales. Next is operations. This sounds complicated, but it's simple. How does the business run day to day? When someone orders, what happens? Who prepares it? Who delivers it? How do you handle complaints? If you don't think about this early, you will be overwhelmed later. A business plan is you solving future problems in advance. Now let's talk about growth. A real business is not just about surviving, it's about scaling. How will you grow if things go well? Will you add more products, more locations, hire people, go online? You don't need all the answers. You just need a direction. And finally, risk. What could go wrong? Low sales, high costs, supply issues, competition. A smart entrepreneur doesn't avoid risk. They prepare for it. Now let me give you the most important truth about business plans. Your plan will not be perfect, and that's okay. The goal is not to predict the future. The goal is to be ready for it. Your plan will change as you learn, but without a plan, you're just guessing. If this video is helping you, this is your reminder to like it because it tells the algorithm to push it to more people who need it. And if you want more videos about money, business, and building a better life, subscribe now. Here's your action step. Do not just watch this and feel inspired. Open a notebook or Google Doc today. Write these headings: idea, problem, solution, customer, money, costs, competition, marketing, operations, growth, risks, and start filling them in. That is how businesses are born, not from luck, not from motivation, but from clear thinking. And remember this: you don't need to be perfect to start. You just need to start with a plan.